Puss in Boots 2: The Last Wish is a surprisingly dark and mature animated film that should not be missed. Despite initial skepticism about the movie being just for kids, the story delves into heavy themes of life, death, and responsibility. Perhaps the CTE has taken over. My Parkinson's might have shifted into parts of my brain that have affected decision making. Perhaps I stubbed my toe too hard and just really needed something. Puss in Boots surprised me in more ways than just one, and I had to recommend it. The suggestion came from Miss Todd. Despite some early whispers of the movie being extremely good,
I am shocked at how much I loved Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
I still had the lens on that it was just a kid's movie.
It's me!
Oh.
Normally, I have a sword. It's like a whole thing, you know?
Okay.
Animation, as of late, always seemed to remind me of those creepy kids' cartoons that seem like some sort of propaganda piece built by a rival nation.
How does that work?
None of the animation in recent years rivaled the things I grew up with, and I've really just felt meh towards any sort of new animated movie or television series. I had never seen the first Puss in Boots, and my recollection towards the character went as far as the overplayed, big-eyed cuteness seen in the Shrek films.
Oh, listen, he's purring.
Oh, so now it's cute.
Oh, come on, donkey, lighten up.
Lighten up.
Puss in Boots: The Last Wish finds the swashbuckling cat on an adventure for the mystical wishing star. Puss, now on his 8th life, a cute nod to the infamous 9 lives of a cat, has run out of time due to his reckless adventures. Thus, the infamous anti-hero goes into hiding, finding a friend in Perito, a goofy chihuahua. Together with the help of Kitty Softpaws, the trio team up to find the last wishing star, racing against other fabled characters like Goldilocks and Big Jack Horner. Writing this synopsis for Puss in Boots felt about as silly as it possibly could be.
All I can do right now is put on a brave face and go out there and be their leader.
It's over.
How am I to convince a mostly adult audience to see a film that has a character called Kitty Softpaws in it?
We are screwed.
The same fear came over me as I pressed play on the movie. The first 10 minutes were brisk, featuring a pretty dazzling song number, whilst Puss fought through a pretty epic set piece with some impressive visuals. Did it win me over? No, it didn't. It's about that 10-minute mark in the movie that Puss in Boots begins to show what it really is.
Good looking to retire.
The reason I really appreciated the cartoons of old was the fact they didn't treat children like children.
The Beast Wars are over, Optimus. You lose.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Our cartoons of old had themes, motifs, and lectures in it that felt like fables we grew up listening to.
1, 2, 3.
Consequence, responsibility, life, death. They were all there as we grew up, and shockingly, Puss in Boots wades heavy waters that I don't see most children, what do kids say, vibe with?
I'm too old for this shit.
After the dazzling set piece that is the opening, Puss is warned by his doctor that he has used his 8 lives. This puts Puss in a state of denial before going head to head with the film's villain, the Big Bad Wolf.
So I've heard.
The whole movie radically changes the moment he comes in, as the movie deals heavily with life, death, and the fear of, well, death. The Big Bad Wolf is downright one of the most intimidating, downright at times creepy villains I've ever seen on an animated movie. His first fight with Puss acts more like the famed scene from The Dark Knight Rises. You know, the one where Batman gets his ass kicked ferociously? The same happens, but it's a cute cat that gets absolutely derailed by a taunting childhood fable with piercing red eyes. I remember saying, what in the hell am I watching?
Pick it up. Pick it up.
The big bad wolf is death personified, with his two sickles coming around the time when Puss mostly fears for his life and always taunting him.
The Puss in Boots laughs in the face of death, right? But you're not laughing now.
The idea rivals any as one of the most genius, even if it is a bit on the nose. The adventure the trio set on to find the fabled last wishing star gets bombastic as the group goes against the previously mentioned Goldilocks and Three Bears, as well as the sort of true villain of the movie, Big Jack Horner.
You're not gonna shoot a puppy, are you, Jack?
Yeah, in the face. Why?
Horner uses various devices from fables and legends to complete his objective, which oozes creativity. It also gets downright sadistic as Horner practically murders his own men all the time throughout the movie.
Sweet mother of goose, Jack!
Once again, this movie doesn't remotely feel like it's for kids.
Can't bake a pie without losing a dozen men.
Joel Crawford, the film's director, took heavy inspiration from spaghetti western films, primarily The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Crawford wanted to playfully bounce tones like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly did. He absolutely nailed this angle as the film can be generally breezy, with plenty of laugh-out-loud moments that can suddenly change on a dime.
Steady.
What?
So far, the film has been a general large success with almost 300 million earned worldwide. As of right now, the film holds a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes, with an even more impressive 75 on Metacritic. Trust me, it's all well earned.
Or do I just kill everybody all at once?
You know, I'm starting to think you don't appreciate the value of a life.
The cast from top to bottom is great, with Antonio Banderas leading the way as Puss in Boots.
Puss in Boots laughs in the face of death. Bounty hunter.
None of it feels sold out for a paycheck, especially coming from the film's primary villain, Big Bad Wolf, played by Wagner Moura. Another obvious standout for the film is Perrito, a silly, naive, and overly friendly therapy dog with a deeply troubling backstory.
They try putting me in a packing crate, a dumpster. No matter how hard they try, I'd always find them.
The explanation through the film was so crass and so dark that I bursted out laughing. The explanation behind Perrito really made me confused on how this film could be assembled for kids.
That is the saddest, funny story I've ever heard.
Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is a film I had no want to see. Reviews aside, it just looked like another kids film that would play by the numbers for the oh that's so cute. I was entirely wrong. It draws heavily from the Brothers Grimm fables, pushing more on mature themes that almost seem too much for kids of today. The animation is astounding, and the acting really molds well with what you're seeing on the screen. The personification of fear and death built into one character works shockingly well. The moment you hear the whistle from the Big Bad Wolf, you know shit is about to go down. Honestly, give this movie a try. You will not be disappointed. If you'd like to hear another recommendation from me, click on this video here, and I'll see you on the next one.